what's up guys, this is me, Kelvin from Phoenix Fan TV. I'm your main host on the channel. This is Justin, who is our cameraman. He does a lot of work behind the scenes that you guys don't know of. A lot of you guys look at me and think that I do everything on the channel. No, Justin does quite a bit as well. In terms of the game, Justin, 1-1 draw against top of the league Perth Glory. And I mean, in recent games we've shipped a lot of goals. I mean, they're top of the league and they've got one of the best attacks in the league. And I mean, Chris Economidis, I think he's got like 6 goals in 5 games or something ridiculous like that, and we managed to shut him down. So he never actually got a shot on target, I don't think. But I mean, that first goal, what did you think of it? Like,
well, the first goal for us.
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely because it looked like we were going to push through at any moment, and then when it did come, it was a good relief because we don't usually, against top teams, against teams on the top half, maybe not top teams because Perth isn't really. If you look at their past seasons, they're not really. That's why they sacked their manager last year. And we don't usually do well against teams that are in form, but we controlled the first half and we controlled the second half.
Yeah.
And even when, and up until the red card decision, we controlled, play, we controlled attacks. We broke their attacks down. They never really had any proper chances. And Ollie Sale was, stand out in defending. He wasn't just sweeping. He was reading the play. And Andrew Durante was also reading defence really, really well.
In terms of 2 things, the mentality and obviously the cause of that with the red card. First of all, we'll talk about mentality because Mark mentioned it, and I personally strong believer of what he said, and I've always thought that beforehand. It seems as if we score, we're on a high, and as soon as we concede, we just go into this cramped mentality of like just dropping off, like not as high tempo, no press. So it just seems like we're sitting back and inviting pressure. I mean, what's your thought on the whole mentality thing from Mark?
Yeah, well, I think if you look at the starting lineup, nearly half of them are new players, and the mentality could be there for maybe Durante, maybe Tom Doyle, who are used to, conceding and then basically losing and throwing the game away. But half the team are new people, and it's important for them to have the right mentality.
Yeah.
They can't be, they can't be adopting the same mentality as the club. They want to, have a new one where we don't, let it go. And I think you see the fight from, Krishna was trying desperately to go counter again, but he really didn't have anyone to help him, and that's because we were basically maybe 2 men down in attack because we subbed on Lowry and Rufa came off, so we lost that attacking midfielder. And then when Lowry came off with a red, we subbed on Ruben Way, who's not exactly a midfielder, I don't think. Yeah, so he was put into midfield to basically hold that position just as a paperweight, but so we've got to change the mentality.
In terms of the big decision, obviously we're not going to go completely absolutely ripping the ref. But to be honest, I'll have my say after you have your say. But the VAR in that decision, Ryan Lowry comes through, wins the ball. Then after that, he comes through and collects the Perth Glory player. What do you think of the decision, and what do you think about the whole using the VAR, and do you think it was used right in the situation?
Well, there's 2 things about the VAR decision. The first one was it was incorrect because Ryan Lowry came in for the slide tackle, and the Phoenix player that was in between him and Perth Glory player actually moved out of the way after he won the ball because he could see the studs coming in. So he moved out of the way, and the Perth Glory was double the distance away, and he didn't do anything, and he connected and then immediately fell to the ground. And then as soon as Lowry got the red, he stood up immediately. There was no malicious intent, because if there was malicious intent, there'd be a Phoenix player down on the ground, and that's not happening because he slid in, won the ball. You can't exactly pull your legs in straight after you've punted the ball away. And the second thing about the VAR decision is VAR was supposed to help the refs make the correct decision. So after you've made the wrong decision, you use VAR to check that you've got the right decision, or that you've either got it right or you've got it wrong, and go from there. But the thing is, the ref watched the VAR replay and he still made the wrong decision. And that's I can't fathom why he would do that.
So that's been Justin giving our thoughts. We appreciate that. In terms of my thoughts, I'm obviously not going to go too hard into the officials, but Personally, I think we had a good start to the game. We got a nice goal to start off. We were dominating the attack for quite a bit at the start. But yeah, sorry about the train, guys. But yeah, I mean, we played really well in the first half, and then, you know, we got that goal just before half-time. Actually, no, it wasn't, sorry, because we had like 9 minutes at a time from Philip Curto getting injured. But I mean, we got that goal to go ahead. We played quite well, and then it got into the second half. And it sort of seemed as if we invited pressure a bit. I mean, you can do that when you're ahead. That's sort of what you do, you know, ease off, get a bit of energy back, that sort of stuff. But I mean, and then we had this red card for Ryan Lowry when Ryan Lowry came through, won the ball cleanly, collected the Perth Glory player after he won the ball, yellow at most, because like obviously as Justin was saying and in the previous videos, the other fans have been saying, like, the Phoenix player was able to move out of the way because there was no malicious intent. The Perth Glory player stayed there and brought contact. If there was malicious intent, like, the Phoenix player wouldn't be able to get out of the way because he was just genuinely going in to slide through and he wouldn't have been caring about the Phoenix player. But like, personally, how the fuck is that a red card? Like, he's come through, won the ball, collected the man afterwards, red card at most, going by logic. Like, I just don't know how the fuck the officials are so inconsistent, because we get fouls against us for petty things like a little tap on the ankle, and then something like that when he wins the ball and collects him as a straight red. And it's like, you use the VAR if you're unsure about the decision in the first place. And by the way it looks, he did it because he was just like bagging on it, giving him something. Like, I just don't understand how the fuck you can give that a red card and use it in that situation. Maybe if you're unsure in the first place, okay. Like, if he called it a red card straight away and he was going to reverse the decision, sure thing, he's made an honest mistake. But he's not sure, and he's just gone, okay, we'll review VAR because it's there, for fuck's sake. And he's even had like 5 views of it to review it, and he's given a red card. Like, people, honestly, it annoys me being a...
So he's made the decision to play on, and then he's pulled it back to review it. And at that point, you should confirm that you made either the right decision to play on, because there was nothing in the challenge, or you made the wrong decision and Larry went in going at the guy's ankles. And I don't think there'd be anyone who actually watches football would say, even if you know, you don't have to be a Phoenix fan, but you're definitely not aiming for the guy's ankles, because there was another player on your own team in between, and you got to the ball right before your Phoenix player did, and who moved out of the way because you cleared it, and then the Perth Glory player stood there and then basically connected to a guy who's sliding. He's fully standing up and he's not made any effort to move out of the way.
In terms of just a little thing I want to say about the Phoenix, like, I love the club, it's my pride and passion. Obviously I support Tottenham as well, not that you guys really care, but like,
no, we don't.
I mean, I support 2 clubs, but the Phoenix, it's like where I'm actually from, and it's the only sports team like in this city that I like honestly care about. And people sit there and they bag the crowd, they bag the performances, and then they sit there and say, why aren't they top of the league? Like, they're useless, they're useless, they're useless. Yet those are the kind of people who don't get their ass along to the games and support the team. They'll sit on their ass and bag the Phoenix when they lose, and then when they win, they'll take pride for the Phoenix. And people don't realise, part of the reason we get shit crowds is, okay, there's poor performances every now and then, but when you've got refs that are that fucking shit in a league which is growing and progressing, you've got players like Keisuke Honda playing in the A-League now, and Ola Toivonen, who was playing for Sweden in the World Cup. You get officials who call an after challenge after you win the ball with fucking straight red card. And it's like, people are like, oh, the VAR is shit. No, it's not the fucking VAR. The VAR is there to review incorrect decisions, like mistaken player identity, mistaken bad calls for a foul, yet he's not even sure, and he's made the bad call after he's fucking used the system. It's like, it's not the VAR, it's the idiots using it. And then people sit there and they're like, defend their refs, defend their refs. It's their job, it's their job. Yeah, exactly. If there was somebody doing a fucking office job and they did something that horribly wrong, I don't know, what's something different, like filing a check for like 40k instead of like 20,000, like, in comparison to a ref making that poor of a decision. If you're on an office job, you get sacked. People sit there and make the refs a protected species when they think they don't deserve criticism. Like, they're getting paid to do that. If they make a poor decision, they deserve to get slated, and they deserve to hear what the opinions of the fans are, because realistically, and it's not even like not fact, it's fact. We're their fucking employers. If the players get paid from the fans who attend the matches and they create revenue for the clubs. If you don't get fans, players don't get paid. If you don't get players, you don't have a game of football. If you don't have a game of football, the rest don't get fucking paid. So in my opinion, when I'm paying good money to go watch a game of A-League football and you've got refs that are that fucking shit, it really gets on my nerves that people try and defend them. But I mean, that's my decision on the VAR and all that and the game.
I've got one more thing to add, and that's, so we just finished the game, we were about an hour out after full time, so we haven't really seen the reaction from the two managers, but I really, like, just personally, I would hope that Mark would, you know, hopefully, because we haven't seen the reaction, but I hope he defends Ryan Lowry, and I think it's something that if the independent review panel looks at it, they'll probably reverse the red card because there was nothing in it. And I hope Mark will, you know, talk about the quality of refereeing in this league, and maybe the the confidence of referees in this league. And if he gets into any trouble, I think the club, the Phoenix as a club, need to be, you know, standing right behind them, behind him, and, you know, helping him, you know, support him.
So yeah, that's been us from Phoenix Fan TV, guys. Thanks for listening to our videos and all that. We appreciate your support, and all of you guys who are saying like, oh, like blah blah blah, come along and, you know, come along and get interviewed. We thrive off your guys' opinions. That's the whole point of the channel. And when we've got stuff like this, poor decisions, we want you guys to come along and give your opinion. A little bit of abusive language is alright. We obviously don't want you to completely riff into the refs, but it's fans' opinions. You can't be all putting icing over a cake of everything. You have to be honest. The ref was fucking shit, in my opinion. Justin agrees the same. Everybody here will agree the same. And you can't be like, oh, we're blaming the refs. Like, it's fact. The ref, that decision changed the game. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's been me and Justin from Phoenix Fan TV. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate you guys' input. And remember, come along to any home games. Don't just sit there and comment. Like, we appreciate your input, but come along and have your say. But anyway, this has been me, Kelvin and Justin from Phoenix Fan TV. We appreciate your support. Subscribe, comment, and like the videos, and we'll catch you guys next time.